Elon Musk takes on the Brazilian government. Backup software provider Veeam provides an escape hatch for VMware and other virtualization platforms. And Anthropic presents a new way to generate apps that not only challenges OpenAI's GPT store, but it might have Google and Apple watching closely as well. All this and more on the Duke It Out in Competition edition of #Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. Elon Musk's confrontation with Brazilian authorities has escalated as his satellite internet service Starlink refuses to comply with court orders to block access to Musk's social media platform X, formerly Twitter, in Brazil. The conflict has been brewing for some time between Musk and a Brazilian judge, Justice Moraes, who is carrying on a campaign to clean up the Brazilian internet by ordering social media networks to suspend accounts he says spread disinformation, hate speech, or threats to democracy. Musk has refused the judge's orders, claiming these actions are illegal censorship, particularly targeting conservative voices. The defiance follows weeks of tension where Musk ignored fines, fired X's employees in Brazil so they couldn't be held accountable for X's actions, and suggested users bypass the ban with VPNs, despite potential hefty fines. The Brazilian government responded by seizing or freezing assets of both X and Starlink. And Brazil's Supreme Court has become involved and ordered that Musk's social media platform X be blocked in Brazil. Internet providers have responded, and many X users have moved to other platforms, including Meta's Threads and Blue Sky, another X competitor started by Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter. But there's been one holdout in terms of blocking X in Brazil. Starlink, with 250,000 customers in Brazil, has told the telecom agency it won't block X until its frozen assets are released, pitting Musk's business empire against the Brazilian government. The standoff raises questions about the power of a tech billionaire to leverage their part of a global communication infrastructure to influence or to defy governments. It also raises real issues between free speech and content moderation. And it raises some challenges governments are going to face in regulating multinational tech companies who are operating critical communication infrastructure. No matter what the outcome or who blinks first, it's a story to watch. Data protection software vendor Veeam has released support for Proxmox, an open-source virtualization platform. The development, part of Veeam's backup and replication version 12.2, allows for the creation of immutable backups of virtual machines managed by Proxmox, with storage options both on-premises and in the cloud. But the new software has an added twist. This new release also enables the restoration of virtual machines from other platforms, including VMware's vSphere, Microsoft's Hyper-V, Nutanix's AHV, and major cloud providers into Proxmox environments. This flexibility extends to physical server backups as well. And the timing of this release is particularly noteworthy given recent changes in the virtualization landscape. James Westendorf, Director of Technical Services at Land Lake College in Illinois, provided insight in an article in the Register. He says, "With the recent changes at VMware, we were forced to reevaluate which hypervisor to choose for our data center, a situation nobody wants to be in. As we look forward to being able to choose to move to Proxmox, it provides us with peace of mind we need during these tumultuous times." While VMware maintains that its new offerings provide better value, some customers disagree. Lakeland College joins companies like Geico, Computershare, and Boyd Gaming in moving away from VMware solutions. VMware's update also improved support for Nutanix's AHV and, as noted, other popular competitors. While virtualization provides immense flexibility on a hardware basis, some have compared the difficulty in moving between software virtualization platforms to the famous Hotel California, where you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. It'll be interesting to see if Proxmox provides that final escape. Anthropic, the AI research company known for its Claude models, is making headlines with plans to launch its own Claude artifact store, which some feel could provide a real threat to OpenAI's GPT store and maybe even traditional app stores like Apple's App Store. The move comes after OpenAI's attempt to create a plug-in store for its GPT models, which was initially hyped as an iOS App Store moment, but ultimately, many fell short of expectations. The OpenAI plug-in store promised to revolutionize the way users interact with AI by providing a centralized marketplace for plugins and extensions. But it faced criticism for its poor user experience, its lack of quality control, and security concerns, leading many to describe it as chaotic and unorganized. In contrast, Anthropic's Claude artifacts seem to have learned from these shortcomings. Their store promises a more curated and secure environment for distributing AI tools and applications, and Anthropic claims that by focusing on quality and reliability, they'll create a seamless experience for both developers and users, ensuring that only trustworthy and effective AI tools are made available. But the idea of a store may be secondary. Even in the initial offering, the ease with which you can generate a relatively sophisticated application is nothing short of amazing. Two of our regular panelists have shared applications with us. The first one that got our attention helps split the bill on a meal, including tips. It's a working application with a useful function generated without any code at all. Evgeny Koloda, a guest panelist on our recent AI show, shared this and said, "I've already built a few apps. It's changing the way we see apps now. After this, we'll be building apps on demand for specific targets." Crazy. And Marcel Gagné, a frequent panelist, was able to create a basic recreation of a popular early video game with a single online prompt of one sentence. He suggests that the output might need a little bit more before the app developers start shaking in their boots. That said, the fact that I can do this without coding is pretty cool. But as Marcel is also fond of repeating, today you are using the worst version of AI that you'll ever use. Claude artifacts could signal a potential shift in how AI applications are distributed and used, potentially challenging the existing App Store model, dominated by tech giants like Apple and Google. And as AI continues to evolve, our bet is that these tools ultimately will change the way we buy and consume apps. That's our show for today. You can find the show notes and some of the samples of these applications we talked about at our news site, technewsday.com or .ca. Take your pick. Thanks for listening. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a terrific Tuesday.